Hi guys, welcome back to Haven's Houseplants. Today I'm going to be starting a brand new series for you guys. So if you have watched my channel, you already know that I have a lot of houseplants, and right now I'm at about 150, and I really want to be putting out more content, making more content for you guys, but I find myself getting distracted and not really knowing exactly what to post. So way back when I first started my channel, I used to take pictures of each of my plants and make these really cute series where I would talk about where the plants came from, a little bit about their origin and their history, and then some care info, common pest issues, common problems that people run into with these plants. And I really liked doing that for me just because it helped me keep track of my plants, and when I had people ask me questions, it was way easier to just send that out to someone to kind of help them out a little bit more easily. So after doing lots of different things and having lots of different ideas, I've kind of just decided that I think it would be best to go back to my original type of content, because that's what I wanted to be posting, and I get so caught up in so many things and I want to do so many different things that I kind of lose track. So on my channel, I want to post each Friday, and my videos are going to be about a different type of plant each week. So for example, this week I'm going to be doing a video on Monsteras, and next week I'll probably do a video on pothos. So what I'm going to be doing is giving you guys simple care information, some background on the plants, a little bit of their origin story, just so that you know what kind of environment they're coming from, so that you can create that for them. So each week I plan to take all of my plants that are within the type of plant that we'll be talking about, and I'll show you guys what my plants look like, and I'll tell you the different varieties that I have and any cool fun facts or background info that I can throw in for you guys. But yeah, so it'll kind of be more like a elongated houseplant tour along with tips and tricks for you guys, just so that you're getting some helpful info and I'm able to make some content, and then we can all be happy. The plant that we're talking about this week is Monstera deliciosa. It is also called the Swiss cheese plant. It is a native flowering plant to southern Mexico, and slowly it has taken over in places like Hawaii and other southern places in the US. In the wild, monsteras typically will be found growing and climbing up trees in the forest, and so a lot of the time you will see people putting moss poles in their plants just because it helps encourage them to get those big, huge fenestrations in their leaves, and it also kind of mocks their original environment, which encourages them to grow the proper way. They're really fun because they can be propagated in a lot of different ways. My favorite way to propagate monstera is in water, but you can also use sphagnum moss, and you can also just throw them in some dirt and they will probably do really well. There are a lot of different types of monsteras. There are smaller types, there are bigger types, and there are also variegated types like the Monstera Thai constellation or the Monstera elbow. Monsteras are a lot like philodendron plants in that they have really thick stems and they have really great, lush, huge leaves. The really cool thing with monsteras is that they actually shoot out aerial roots, and this is a sign that the upper part of the plant is looking for water and it might not be getting enough from the pot. So a lot of the time that is a sign that you can start to propagate and make more plants. Or you might want to think about sizing up your plant into a bigger pot. I've also seen people put little glasses of water underneath their aerial roots to encourage new leaves and new growth, although it can be a little problematic because then you have all these little cups of water on your aerial roots and huge root systems coming from them, but if it works for you, go ahead and do that. Common problems that I see people having are not really understanding the fact that monsteras grow up trees in the tropical forests. So they might have them looking a little wonky and they're confused on why they look the way they do. Another common problem that I see people having is not really understanding their watering. So like I said, they do like to be in that humid heat, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they like sitting in water. They like a nice steady routine. So me personally, I water mine weekly, a very thorough water with water running out the bottom of the pot, and it's in a terracotta, and I make sure that the terracotta is nice and wet. And then in addition to that, all week I have my humidifier on, and it is not right next to my Monsteras. I do have another table with my high humidity loving plants, but it is still getting that humidity constantly throughout the week, so they do like that type of environment. All right, now on to the fun stuff. I'm gonna show you guys some plants. Okay, so this plant right here is my Monstera adansonii. It is a wide leaf form, and this plant, it was a rescue. I got him about 6 months ago, and it was in a hanging basket. It didn't have any type of trellis, so the problem with it is that it doesn't have a lot of fenestrations, but I'm absolutely in love with it because I think it's just so cute. But as you can see, even these big leaves up here barely have any fenestration. So I got it on this bamboo trellis here, and I'm gonna try to have it keep climbing and see what it does. I've noticed that on a few of these smaller leaves here, they're finally starting to put out ones with some fenestration in them. So that's super exciting because that's what the goal is for this guy. But so as you can see, the more mature leaves look like this, and they're gonna have the fenestrations in them. And then the smaller, more immature leaves do look like this. I like how they're super silky. It kind of reminds me of almost like a Cebu blue or something like that. And so yeah, I just really, really love this plant. It is probably my fastest growing plant. So it's super fun in that way because it's really rewarding and it's never boring. It's always throwing out new leaves. And I'm already gonna have to get a new bamboo trellis for it. So yeah, this is a Monstera adansonii, and it does come in a narrow form. On to the next. Okay, so this plant right here is the classic Monstera deliciosa. This is one that I rescued from my local Walmart about a month ago. As you can see, this leaf right here is pretty beat up, but since I've gotten it, it is unfurling this new leaf out front. Can you see him? And he's also putting out a new one right here. So he definitely likes the setup, and it's been really hot where we are, so I'm thinking he's liking the heat, and it's super humid in the plant room, hence why I'm shooting in my bedroom. So this is Monstera deliciosa. It has these amazing fenestrations in its leaf, and so as you can see, this is a more immature leaf, and then as they mature, the fenestrations go more towards the bottom of the leaf. They're not so like holy. And this one is pretty little yet, but you can see that it does have an aerial root there. That is what I was talking about. So once this plant does get a little bit bigger and that aerial root is just expanded a little bit further from the bottom of the plant, you could propagate it, but I wouldn't really recommend it if you want this to grow into a big plant. For you anytime soon, I would just leave it be because it's pretty happy and healthy. So this plant right here is my Monstera siltepecana. I got him as a propagation a few months ago from one of my plant swaps, and I really, really like him. He's so pretty. So as you can see, the leaves have this really gorgeous silver in them. So this one right here is my Monstera rhapidiflora. This plant is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, he's gotten pretty big now. Let's see if I can show you. Okay, there we go. Next to it, this is not a Monstera. This is an alocasia, but he's putting out this new leaf, so I just had to show you guys how exciting. This one right here is a Monstera deliciosa. So this is one of my bigger ones. This one right here is actually a, what's the word I'm looking for? A rehab plant, and he's finally putting out a couple new leaves. They still look pretty rough, so we'll see with him, but. So these are some Monstera seedlings actually grown from seeds, and this was one of my funnest projects I think I've done so far. If you guys are looking for seeds, check out plantflix.com. She's absolutely amazing. She has an Instagram too, and she just started a YouTube channel, and it's awesome. So this is the Monstera I showed you guys. This is another little baby I have. You guys can't tell, like kind of like these guys. And then this one right here is the first one that I ever got. My husband got it from me. And it is definitely the most mature out of all of them. But I just love it. These leaves are literally like, I could fit both my hands on them. I honestly think that my Rhaphidophora is my favorite of all my Monsteras. I got these guys as rehab plants from my local Home Depot, and there were 5 different plants, and honestly when I got them they were probably 4 inches tall, and this was only about a year ago, so I'm just really proud of them. They're so happy, and this guy is just gorgeous. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and comment down below and let me know what you think of this new series I'm going to be starting. Let me know what plants you're looking forward to, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!